Hi guys, it's Jody. Today's video, I have a few more This Little Piggy pigments that I want to test out that are going to be forthcoming in the next release. And I wanted to do a bloom with them. I haven't done just like a proper bloom in a little while. My last video, it was a super modified bloom, so I don't count that one. But I just want to, have fun and do a crazy looking bloom with some really bright colors. So I'm hoping that this will satisfy my needs. So let's go get started having some fun. All right, for this bloom, I brought out one of my fancier canvases. This is a 10 by 10 deep-sided. This is the level 3s that you can get at Michael's. I got a lot of them when they just last had their buy one get two free. But at any rate, that's what this is. I wanted to do a fun bloom today. I've got a rainbow of colors, so I'm going to show you the colors first, and then we'll lay down the pillow. And like I said in the beginning, I've got some more piggies to test out. And the first piggy is Inferno. This is a fluorescent red, and it is bright. I'm so excited to try this. There are other This Little Piggy pigments. This has no shimmer to it. This is strictly a neon, and there are other neon colors, and this is added to that line. And then the next This Little Piggy I've got a few of them, is Submarine, and it is yellow. Yes, like that submarine. And there's the consistency of that. Every time I see this, I am singing "We All Live in a Yellow Submarine." And we all know where that comes from. And then my next color and the final piggy that we're going to be testing out today is called Asparagus, and it's kind of like an olive green. And it looks like this. It is an olive green. It's got like a gold undertone. Oops. If I'm showing you in camera, there we go. And then I'm using a couple of colors that I've already had mixed up. I've got the Praj Posse Shelee's Masquerade Shimmer. When I mixed up this batch, I made almost 2 ounces of it, and I don't use a lot. So there's that one. And then my final color is Golden Fluid Permanent Violet Dark. It mixed up a little bit lighter for me, which is fine. I don't mind. But that's what that looks like there. And then I'm going to be using, well, we'll get to the cell activators when we're going there. All right. My pillow paint is oops, I've got something in there. My pillow paint is the Glidden Premium in Satin. That should be enough. All right, I had to pause for a minute. I forgot to coat this, since this is a deep-sided, I forgot to coat the sides with my pillow paint. I usually do that first, just because it takes a minute, but basically I just take the little paddle and I just put some on and coat the sides. So my pillow's already running around, but that's all right. We're just going to go with it. All right. First color I am going to put down is this Inferno pigment. And again, there is no shimmer on in this neon. I think all the neons, they're just neon colors. And I'm really liking this. And they will glow under a black light. I should do that. I should get all the, I don't know if I have all the neon piggies. I think I have most of them. I should do another blacklight video, but this time do it completely underneath the blacklight. That would be fun. All right. Next one is going to be Submarine. Yes, I am singing it in my mind. I just kind of want to drizzle it everywhere. And I have no idea what these colors are going to turn out to be. I just picked them because it looked like a rainbow when I stood them all together. All right, and then I've got asparagus. I'm going to go this way. With this one. At the end of the day, as long as you're having fun, it's all that matters. If you have to scrape it, that's all right. All right, and then the Shelee's Masquerade, I kind of want to, this is almost a little art piece all on its own, very abstract. The way I'm laying them down, that's so funny. More in there, and then finally the Permanent Violet Dark. Let's just kind of swoop that in. I think that's good. Back in the middle. Okay, for the cell activators, I am going to use two of them. I'm going to use black and white. It's both the Amsterdam, I can't talk, Australian Floetrol mixed with Amsterdam Titanium White and Amsterdam Oxide Black, both at 4:1. I just have a little bit left of each. And there's that. If you can even see the consistency, there isn't much in there. And then there's the white. I am going to put down the black first. Puddle right in the middle. Just a little bit more. And then I'm going to put the white right on top. Definitely need to bring my straw in here. Sometimes on these bigger pieces, I can't get into the middle. I can't get into the middle as well without getting paint on me. Wonder if I can get some more under here. That's better. This is a cool rainbow of colors. I'm gonna leave that. Just seeing if there's any other little ribbons that I want to kind of blow out. want to do a few little modifications here. There we go. Got some color there. There's some soft, cool cells in there, and I'm going to let that be. Some of this is just going to go down the side anyways, but I do like when some of the little swirls stick to the side. All right. That's filling in really nicely. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. And I'm wearing paint everywhere. I'm going to add a little bit more pillow paint just to the edges, just to make sure everything's covered. And I will meet you over at the spinner box. All right, I just realized as I moved my camera over that it slid down on you, so I don't know if you got all of the modifications I was doing. But here it is before we spin it out, so you can get an idea of everything I did in there. I put a lot of swirls in. All right, I'm just gonna go slow with this. Let it trickle down the sides. Okay. Wow. So cool. It's still moving pretty good, so I do have to give it a healthy spin. Get some more going down the side. I'm going to lose some of that really cool petals, but wow. I can see all three colors in here. That Inferno sure makes a presence though, doesn't it? I can see the yellow submarine and the asparagus, and this is just like a dark rainbow. I am so digging this. I don't mind the negative space too, actually. I've still got a little bit of movement. I'm gonna just go slow with this spin. Yeah, a little bit more movement. I'm not gonna... Ooh, I want to save some of these little swirls though. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm just going to do a baby spin this way. Wow, that was a little bit more than a baby spin. But I don't mind these corners that are white and the ribbons that are kind of there. Kind of adds to it. This is just the coolest. Still got a little bit of movement in there. I just get a little bit nervous with bigger canvases and movement. All right, I'm gonna do one more little baby spin this way. I know you're probably yelling at me to stop. I think that's good. I think we're there. Let me just move this down just a tad. Yeah, this is, wow. This is pretty psychedelic, actually. I'm seriously digging this. all the movement in here, and that Inferno is something else. Okay, and we're barely moving. I'm done. I'm gonna stop spinning. I'm gonna stop touching. If any of you are yelling. Got good coverage on the side. Oops, actually I don't need. Yeah, got good coverage on all four sides too. Wow, glad I decided to use this nice canvas for it too. There's what that looks like. I'm gonna get cleaned up and I will bring you over for the flyover of this guy. And yes, this Inferno is amazing under the Blacklight. I just wanted to do a quick little video with it under the Blacklight. All right, now here's the flyover. You saw that it glows under Blacklight, but there's a lot of sparkles in here too besides neon, and it is just gorgeous. That looks like a parrot wing. These colors blended so well. It's an electric rainbow. It's either an electric rainbow or it's a dark rainbow. I haven't decided on it. I did notice with like with the other neons, I know the purple one I always had trouble with. If you can see those orange dots, it takes a lot to mix them in, and I don't think I mixed it well enough. There's some there. I don't think it takes away from the piece, but something to keep in mind. And if any of you know how to combat that, I usually mix the neons up really well, let them sit for a few days. I didn't let this sit as long as I probably should have, but we will see how this dries. I am super excited to see this dry, so I will be back once it's dry to show you the results. And I'm back to show you the bloom you just saw me do, and it just dried beautifully. I mean, those colors were a little bit wacky together, weren't they? I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go with it because it looks like a really bright neon rainbow with that that Inferno Piggy, and it definitely is. Here it is as a whole before I start moving it around. And that the submarine and the asparagus in there just really lent it some really nice shimmers. So I think I'm definitely going to resin this one as I bring it in closer. I mean, it just dried beautifully. All those wacky cells, and this Inferno, I mean, it does kind of remind me of a little bit of an Inferno. But I love when, you know, the swirls I do, even if a lot of it comes off, I love when it just a little bit peeks out too. To me, that's just as fun as having something bigger like this or this come out as well. But I'm actually really pleased with this. I know it's not, the colors aren't for everybody. I just kind of threw them all together, and they aren't usually colors you would pick to go together, but I think it kind of turned out pretty well. And as you saw, it does glow under a Blacklight wet. I'm going to insert a little ditty at the end there. I usually do just like a 30-second clip of it dried, but I think I'm going to put it under the Blacklight as well. Changed my mind. I'm just going to show you now. Look, my top is glowing too, but if I turn it towards the Blacklight, my Blacklight is over here, but it definitely does glow under the Blacklight, and I'll insert a better video, but I just wanted to show you that really quick live. I had to throw that in. I was like, wait a minute, let me just do this now, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't use a Blacklight where neon colors were concerned. So let me know what you think in the comments below, you know, what you thought of this bloom and this video. I really had a lot of fun putting this together, and you know, these crazy colors. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.